Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I'm your Vice President, Chuck Schumer, here to talk about the wonders of, well, pot.
And I'm your Darvish, here to talk about los hombres, or the issues with pot.
Hi, I'm your representative, Chuck Schumer, here to talk about the economic benefit of pot. So, if pot were legalized today, one study estimated that $7.5 billion would be generated by the industry within 7 years, and another study estimated that $5 billion would be generated annually. However you look at it, you're looking at a multi-billion-dollar industry that would just help the U.S.
Well, if marijuana is sold in stores, it's easily accessible to minors. Maybe not directly, but as we see in neighboring communities, such as Lindenhurst, and all these other interesting communities, it's very simple to get your hands on restricted resources.
Another reason that pot should be legalized is the fact that if the industry was created today, an estimated 782,000 jobs would be created, and by 2025, an estimated 1.1 million jobs would be created for Americans. Also, scarce police resources could be allocated elsewhere that are right now allocated to regulating pot and marijuana use.
Well, with marijuana being a gateway drug, it may be a temporary fix to the police scarcity, but it would lead to other drugs and other crimes, as well as incidents like DUIs would go up.
The police resources used to regulate pot cost between $1.19 billion and $6.03 billion today. So all that money would go back into the hands of Americans.
Well, with that, we're looking at minor offenses. And with something like a DUI, it's much bigger, much harder to respond to, and it takes a lot of resources. It may take a fire department as well as the police department to make sure no one is injured.
Another thing that would be great about legalizing the ganj would be that it would be safer to use because it would be regulated for consumer safety by a group such as the FDA.
Well, previously, we talked about the lack of resources in the police department. But here you're saying that the FDA would have to regulate it. That would take up more FDA resources. And I'm not sure if we need that.
But,
Whoa, Shaun. You've been running your mouth a lot.
I think you mean Chuck. Chuck Schumer, your New York State governor.
Legalization of marijuana.
I can't see anything.
It's dark.
Legalization of marijuana will lead to a large, big industry, which will, of course, target children, just like cigarettes, alcohol, and the newly popularized Juul has done. Now, we don't see these problems in towns like Babylon or West Islip, but other places it could come to be an issue.
But like I had said before, the large industry that you, Darvish, is talking about here would create billions in revenue that could go back into the hands of Americans and create social welfare programs to help issues such as these.
Do you think the creation of social welfare programs and an increase in money is fair to the children?
I think that these children would benefit in their futures from the increase in the economy.
To many more emergency room and hospital visits. In places where marijuana are legal, emergency room visits shot up 30%.
But at the same time, things that are already legal, such as alcohol, already have these issues with emergency room visits. And like I was saying before, the marijuana would be regulated to be safer for consumers, so it would actually be better than it is now.
Well, do we really want to introduce a new drug?
Smoke weed every day.
To be abused by our society. We don't truly. Do you think that people will shift completely off of alcohol to solely marijuana?
I think that it may take some of the bad effects off of the alcohol industry and evenly disperse them throughout other industries.
I think you're wrong.
Well, actually, there haven't been any cases of a marijuana overdose, as opposed to alcohol, which is very easy to get alcohol poisoning or things like that, which is very easy to die from.
Well, drugs like these, they inhibit your decision making. And when used in conjunction, can be deadly. Let's say Shaun over here smokes a fat blunt and then decides to shotgun a few of those Four Locos. I don't think that's going to be a good time for anyone.
Your Chief Justice, Chuck Schumer, here to talk about the medical benefits of marijuana. A little schmiz off the blizz can actually help sufferers of diseases such as Parkinson's, HIV, PTSD, and other debilitating diseases.
Well, hold on a second there, buddy. Can't people fake these illnesses to get one of these cards?
Actually, the pills used for pain relief in marijuana don't really give you the classic high that many people experience when they smoke pot.
Wow. Yikes.
Also, the marijuana used for medical use is actually a lot safer than many opioids and other things that are used as pain relievers today.
Yikes.
As a sufferer of the terrible disease Parkinson's, I have trouble with certain tasks such as writing. So as you can see, before medical marijuana use, after medical marijuana use,
See, if marijuana was legalized, we'd have a lot more potheads like this running around. Yikes. I think that's perfect.
It's still going.
And I'm you, Darvish, here to talk about those.
2,000 jobs would be created within regulations of corporate. Let's start over. Marijuana would also be great because it would be regulated for consumer safety if it were to be legalized. I lost it again. Another thing that would be great about legalizing the ganj would be that it would become safer because it would
You saw it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, no, we've been talking about it, Shaun. But
Chuck. Also,
4 minutes.
so as you can see, right, you're supposed to.
Oh, no, I should do the opposite. This doesn't happen in places open. Yo, Alex, you good? Yeah.
It's still going.